Wow, you're going to want to hear this. If Trump were to raise Social Security by $200 per month for every single recipient, it would be huge. Take a look at these clips right here.
We cannot become a great nation until we become rich again. You know, we can't afford Social Security. We can't afford anything. I'm going to save Social Security. Save Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security without cuts. Have to do it. I'm not going to cut Social Security like every other Republican, and I'm not going to cut Medicare or Medicaid.
So Trump is talking about protecting Social Security, has a few plans for Social Security, but take a look at what Biden said right before his campaign. He wanted to raise Social Security checks by $200 per month. This is an actual official tweet from Biden. Now, he didn't follow through with that promise. Trump, if he follows through with his promise, it could be the biggest Social Security boost of all time. But if Trump were to adopt this $200 increase for every single recipient, it would explode. Everybody would be so happy on Social Security. It makes such a big difference. So I'm going to go over Trump's plan for Social Security, play you the video clips of what he said about Social Security through the years that you're not going to want to miss, and I'll give you some other important updates as well. Before I dive into the main content, if you appreciate these Social Security updates, then hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more Social Security updates. So before I get into this, really curious, Trump has made some moves already as president-elect, appointing different members of cabinets, presenting different things like working with Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy. What are your thoughts on President-elect Trump's moves and picks for cabinet? Do you agree, disagree? Let me know down in the comments below. On this channel, we're just focusing on Social Security, like how a second Trump term could affect Social Security benefits. So this is really what I want to focus on, your Social Security check, how we could get things increased, what the latest news is on Social Security. So when it comes to Social Security as a president, honestly, the president can't really do much. And sometimes the president makes big promises. For example, look at Joe Biden. So Joe Biden wants to make 4 big changes to Social Security, but studies show his plan would fail on multiple fronts. So President Biden made a big promise right before he became president, when he was on this campaign trail, basically a 4-point plan. I'm not going to go over details, but number 2 was probably gonna give an increase across the board. So we can see here, switch the inflationary measure to CPIE from the CPIW. Now, President Biden also made a few other big promises, but if he were to actually do anything with this 4-point plan, which by the way is very disappointing, he didn't touch it, he didn't mention it, didn't do any pushes for Social Security. The only thing he said is that he wanted to protect Social Security, did absolutely nothing for the insolvency, which is very disappointing. Also, as I mentioned earlier, this tweet, which might have solidified the Social Security vote for Biden in 2020. So he said, we should also increase monthly Social Security checks by $200 per month. As proposed by Senator Wyden and colleagues, seniors and people with disabilities are uniquely at risk right now. To be fair, seniors and people with disabilities are at risk all the time, not just right now, but it doesn't matter what time in history you talk about it, seniors and people with disabilities could always use more help. And it's not really an entitlement program. These people, seniors especially, paid into Social Security. They want their Social Security checks back to take care of them, and a lot more than what it's paying right now, which is kind of weak. So these were the promises that Biden made right before becoming president and did nothing with Social Security. Now, when it comes to Trump, are things going to be different? Is he going to make a bigger difference when it comes to Social Security? That's the big question, because if you're on Social Security right now, you've been promised a lot by Congress members, by previous presidents, and especially since we're hearing that benefits could be cut by 25% in 10 years if nothing is done about it. So what is Trump going to do for Social Security? So Trump's plan for Social Security would help baby boomers in the short term and cut benefits for anyone younger. Now, to be honest, as someone being in the younger category, I'm in my 30s, I won't get Social Security for another 25, 30 years. As long as the boomers, which is like my parents' generation, They get their big boost now because a lot of them are suffering. I'm totally fine with that. And whatever happens with Social Security for my generation, I think we could hopefully try to fix it by then. But I think that we need a short-term boost, short-term benefit for boomers and people on Social Security right now. So Donald Trump has a few different plans. I'm going to go over exactly what this article says. But first, I want you to take a listen of these clips of what Trump has said in the past about Social Security.
Nikki Haley supports a 23% national sales tax, and she wants to gut Medicare and Social Security. If Nikki Haley got away, most seniors would work their entire lives right up until the end and then not live long enough to receive the benefits they earned and paid for. In addition to wanting to cut Social Security and raise the minimum age to at least 70, and Medicare, he wanted to absolutely destroy it. Ron DeSanctimonious is delivering the biggest insurance company bailout in globalist history. The socialist Democrats are trying to destroy American health care and trying to destroy your Social Security. That won't happen with me. We're not touching Medicare. We want to keep Medicare. We're not touching Social Security. We will always protect your Medicare, and we will always protect your Social Security, always.
Entitlements ever be on your plate?
At some point they will be. We have tremendous growth. We're going to have tremendous growth. This next year, it'll be toward the end of the year. The growth is going to be incredible. And at the right time, we will take a look at that. You know, that's actually the easiest of all things, if you look, because it's such a big percentage.
You're willing to do some of the things that you said you wouldn't do in the past, though, in terms of Medicare?
Well, we're going to look. We cannot become a great nation until we become rich again. You know, we can't afford Social Security. We can't afford anything. I'm going to save Social Security. Save Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security without cuts. Have to do it. I'm not going to cut Social Security like every other Republican, and I'm not going to cut Medicare or Medicaid.
What are your thoughts on what Trump has said about Social Security in the past? Now, his biggest plan right here, Donald Trump wants to cut taxes on Social Security benefits, affecting current and future beneficiaries. Experts in fiscal policy warn the cuts could deplete the Social Security fund earlier than expected, and low-income baby boomers and younger generations would be most hurt by Trump's proposal. So is this a good plan? If you voted for Trump, he's in office, are you comfortable with his Social Security plan? Are you kind of curious, waiting to see what he does, to see if your Social Security checks increase? What are your thoughts on his plan for Social Security? So basically, President-elect promised on the campaign trail to cut taxes on Social Security benefits in his second term. People on Social Security are being killed, and one of the things I'm doing is no tax for seniors on Social Security, and I'll get it done quickly. So this seems like it is something that can be done quickly. No tax on Social Security, and it seems like everyone would agree with this. It's kind of like a no-brainer. Why is there tax on Social Security to begin with? There shouldn't be any tax on Social Security, especially since seniors and people with disabilities, they earned that Social Security. They need it. They need more Social Security, more money in general, maybe food cards, something like that, to help people get by a little better. So for baby boomers, lower Social Security taxes could mean larger monthly checks in the short term. So that could result in a boost in Social Security, and I think a lot more people would be happy if that were to happen. And if this were to be, if there were to be Social Security tax cuts, this would actually result in a bigger boost in Social Security checks for the future as well, not just for the first year or Trump's presidency. Moving forward, it would be bigger Social Security checks. So it's designed to help retirees, but the people it's going to hurt are people that rely on Social Security the most. Basically what it's saying here is more than 72 million Americans receive Social Security, and the estimated average monthly check in October was $1,924. According to Social Security Administration, Americans can begin taking Social Security at age 62 or wait until full benefits kick in at 67. So Trump's campaign promise came as Business Insider heard from older adults with limited retirement savings, many of whom were struggling to afford necessities such as housing and groceries on their fixed Social Security income. Income taxes on Social Security apply to all beneficiaries with an annual household income above $25,000 and most taxes on at least 50% of their benefits. So lower income beneficiaries pay less in taxes. So what it's saying here, Social Security taxes cuts would hurt low-income retirees and younger generations. So what are your thoughts on this? Do you think this is a good plan? Should Trump do it and we see how it works out? If it's not working out, then we could always adjust it back. Really curious to see, excuse me, what your thoughts are on Trump's plan. And do you think that he should adopt Biden's $200 increase across the board? Would that solidify a better Trump plan for Social Security? Let me know your thoughts on all that. And that is all the news that I have for you today to hopefully brighten your day a bit. Here's my daughter Bella's tip of the day.
Hi guys. Hi guys, this is Belle. This is the tip of the day. I want to tell you something. If you can't find a way to do something, then do something that you really want to do that you haven't done. Hi guys. If you can't make the first one happen. So that's all I wanted to say. Say bye. Bye.
History has been made. A Social Security bill actually passed in the House, giving more benefits to Social Security recipients. You're going to want to click this video over here. I'll give you all the details. So click that video now and I'll see you in that video. Take care, be safe. Thank you for watching.